He's a bitter man.
Bushfest 2023!
They're bigger than yours. That's what
This is my 10th annual address to Bushfest. Now, this is a bit awkward, right? We were talking about this and I said, we started in 2014, resultantly 2024, that's the 10th one. Everybody said, yeah, okay, till Dave Dinsdale, who understands numbers, turned up and said, no, this is the 10th one. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry that mathematical error on to next year and just pretend it's the 10th one. Okay?
Got our A team on with us today. It's not necessarily our best acts, they were all just sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit.
We're back at Bushfest 2023. Bush, my favourite place to gig because, well, it has no entry requirements.
When did you guys get engaged?
Last year.
Okay. Don't believe him, whatever he says. This isn't a fucking wedding venue, so don't fall for that shit. You will end up with pot noodles for your guests, I guarantee it. That's if he doesn't fucking drop them on you.
You know when you open a packet of ham, you know that smell inside, like someone's farted in the packet before they've sealed it. How'd you get that job?
Recently, I've been in hospital, so I haven't been able to gig or anything like that. So I thought my first comedy gig since then should be Bushfest, to see all old pals, people I haven't seen before, and I thought it'd be the perfect place to get back onto the comedy wagon.
But yes, I'm 45 years of age. I meet people who are 45 and they seem like they've got their shit together. That's not who I am, you know. For example, I am the same age as the President of France, Emmanuel Macron. Now, he's not having a great time at the moment, but this is a guy who's been crushing it for 30 years. When he was 15, he had an affair with his English teacher. Fucking legend. And when he went to university, right, he got a philosophy degree and he got a business degree. And then he went into the world of work, got himself a really nice job at Rothschild Bank and made loads of money. And then he became disenfranchised with the French government, created his own political party, won the election, became the President of France. You know what I've done in the last 30 years? I've changed the font on my emails.
I was going mad the other day. I thought I saw an article in the newspaper about a cake that cost $240 billion. Then I realised it was Apple's turnover. I know, that's one of Matt Taylor's jokes. So. I was watching him the other night though, he said this as well. He said, he said, I read that the bullet that killed Tupac sold at $2 million at auction. Apparently it'd be worth even more if it was still in this wrapper.
If you are interested in hearing more or reading more, check out my book, Clint Hero is My Superpower. By Robert. I know what you're thinking, it says clear the road, but if you just put your finger in the right place. Sadly, it's not selling very well. Waterstones tell me that their male customers are having trouble finding it. They've been looking in the myths and legends section. I've suggested they try the ladies' gardening section.
The biggest killer last winter, particularly amongst the elderly, it was not the electric shock from the electric blanket, it was in fact when they picked up the energy bill, the gas and electric bill shock, dropping dead there on the doormat. But I can help. You will not hear Martin Lewis talking about this, but I can help. Basically, your home is not safe. That's statistically true. 70% or more of accidents happen in the home. You are not safe at home. You're safer at the bush. Let's have a cheer for the bush. When I say safe, it's all relative, of course. And what else? Spend more time with their neighbours. Now, your neighbours are not going to just welcome you in and let you use their home and their heating unless you use my secret plan. You can save energy and stay safe next door, but what's the secret? I'll show you. Custard creams. Anyone like a custard cream? Yeah! Of course you do, me darling. Yes. Can always carry a packet of custard creams. And I'll tell you for why. Look at this. Gas, if you run the boiler for an hour, it'll cost you £3 to £4. Your electric, a 2-bar fire, 64p an hour. But your custard creams from Aldi are less than 50p. A pack of 30, 1.7 a biscuit. You can afford to give your neighbour 5 to 10 custard creams an hour. And that's crazy. 5 to 10 biscuits an hour at this cost, and you're saving. In fact, the longer you stay around there, you're saving between £2 to £4 an hour. You only need to spend 2 hours round at your neighbours with a pack of custard creams. This is January to December. You can save yourself £1,850 a year. Always carry a packet of custard creams.
And it's funny because people always say you're missing out on the greatest feeling in the world, having children. It's the greatest feeling in the world. No, the greatest feeling in the world is when you're stoned watching a film and you suddenly remember you've got Pringles in the cupboard. And even though we've never had kids, ladies and gentlemen, we've always stayed quite close, you know, we've always stayed quite bonded. We've always been very, very close. Although about a year and a half ago, we did actually go through a bit of a rocky period. Every time she tried to have a serious conversation with me, I kept saying, "You Adrian, we're dead!"
But, I try and keep politics out of my life, is the thing, but it sort of seeps through, doesn't it? You can't avoid politics in life. Like, my mortgage has gone up for the 3rd time at the moment, and it sounds like a really weird point, but bear with me. I genuinely think that's why there are less serial killers at the moment than there used to be, is that no one can afford to live on their own. I mean, I don't know how far Jeffrey Dahmer would have got with a shared fridge. Let's get a little post-it notes from his housemates. Like, it's 1 body part per drawer, actually.
As you can tell, I wasn't very popular at school. All the other boys and girls in my class didn't like me. I often wonder, where are they now? And then I remember, they're where I've buried them. And it's not easy to bury a school bus when you've only got a Danger Mouse pencil case to dig with. I think the trouble was I was a mentally troubled homosexual child. I was a fruit and a loop. I was a honey nut Cheerio. I was a mentally troubled homosexual child with sticky out ears, an interesting selection of speech impediments, and a love of book learning. Why wasn't I popular in English comprehensive school in the 1970s? The only person more unpopular than me was poor Joanne, Bookie Joe, get your head out of those books, Bookie Joe, those books will never do any good. That was J.K. Rowling. I went to school with the hugely successful writer J.K. Rowling. I was in the same English class all through Whiting School, and I'm sure I got better marks for my essays than she did. Not that I'm jealous. Only 40 years later, she's got £1 billion in the bank, and I've got a restraining order saying I'm not allowed to go within 300 broom lengths of any of many houses around the world. She was head girl at Whiting, and I was head boy. Not so much a job in my case. More an offer. Not just now, Mr. Pickersgill. That's not the double physics you're meant to be teaching me.
Great, you know, work from home, work for the council is fucking brilliant. Like what I've been doing while I work from home is we have to go into the office like 2 days a week, go into the office, and my colleagues, every time I see them, they're always like, oh, when I come into the office, I just don't get as much done. I am so much more productive when I work from home. Oh, I'm fucking not. It's ridiculous, isn't it, man? I mean, what's there to distract you from doing your work at home other than all your stuff? Stupid, isn't it? Like, stupid. I work from home, I waste all my time when I'm working from home playing a video game called Football Manager. Yeah, we know the game Football Manager, yes, indeed, yes. It's the video game for people who find FIFA too athletic. Brilliant, it is. Brilliant. It's like I'm skiving off from work playing Football Manager. Football Manager, it's like spreadsheets, it's emails, it's reports, it's work, basically. It's just admin. I'm fucking skiving off from a real admin job to do pretend admin for Crystal Palace. Will Zaha's contract's expiring, what are you going to do? I have to let him go out. That's it, 15 million I still got for him, 6 months left. We're wonderful. Have you ever met anyone who's into Football Manager talk to you about it? Oh my God, it's the worst fucking thing ever. Those people deserve to be killed.
Thank you very much for having us. You're the best audience we've liked to tonight.
Love going to the bush.
Anal and oral and big leather whips, stockings, suspenders and ladies with dicks, black rubber gas masks, silver cock rings. These are a few of my favorite things. A little light bondage puts me in the mood. Vibros and dildos all covered in lube. I'm in my arse smack till it really stings. These are a few of my favorite things. After shagging and teabagging, when my dick starts to sag, I have a few lines of Colombia's finest, and then I don't feel so bad. Black fisted stockings all tattered and sewn. Saturday night watching, well, you know what. These are a few of my favorite things. Yeah.
After shagging and teabagging,
when my dick starts to sag, I have a few lines of Colombia's finest, and then I don't feel. Come on now! I have a few lines of Colombia's finest, and then I don't feel. Seems like I'm being paid for it. I have a few lines of Colombia's finest, and then I don't feel so bad. Baby!
Support live comedy and make sure that Dave makes it through another winter. So cheers, Dave. Please don't freeze or drink yourself to death.